The investment game. You might ask yourself why I call it a game, but once you learn its rules, you'll realize it's just like any other game. A game that, once you master its rules, will bring you money, power, and everything you've ever dreamed of. The failing media has made investment seem like something impossible to learn, like a dream, as if only one class has the right to play this game, the rich. But the truth is quite the opposite. The truth is that this game can be learned and even mastered, and once you do, know that you've acquired a new Aladdin's lamp. There are more than 2,000 books on how Warren Buffett built his wealth, and many of these works are excellent, but just a few of them give enough attention to the simplest fact about Warren Buffett's investment success. His wealth doesn't stem merely from being a good investor, but from being a good investor since he was a literal child. Warren Buffett's current wealth is $128.7 billion, and from this vast amount, $128.4 billion came after his 50th birthday. Imagine if he had retired at the age of 50 or 60, only a few people would have heard about him. When Buffett turned 30, his net worth was $9.3 million, adjusted for inflation. Imagine if he were an ordinary teenager spending his 20s exploring the world and finding his passion, starting with a modest net worth of, let's say, $25,000 by the age of 30. Assuming he continued to earn a 22% annual return on his investments, he could retire at 60 and spend time with his grandchildren. What will be the approximate estimate of his net worth today? It won't be $128.7 billion, but only $11.9 million. Warren Buffett's skills lie in investing, but his secret is time. This is the way compound growth works. Buffett is the richest investor of all time, but in reality, he is not the best. James Simmons' wealth increased by 66%, compared to Buffett, whose wealth increased only 22%. But Simmons' fortune is only $30.7 billion, which is nothing compared to $128.7 billion. The question arises, why this significant gap if Simmons is considered a better investor than Buffett? Simon did not excel in investing until the age of 50, while Buffett had been investing his money since he was 10. Simon had less than half of the year Buffett had to double his wealth, and if Simmons had earned an annual return of 66% for 70 years, the period during which Buffett built his wealth, Simon's wealth would have been terrifying. Do you want the number? Hold your breath, because it would be 63,900,781,780,748,160,000. The secret here, my friend, is not to seek the largest possible annual return, but to seek good returns that can be committed to and repeated over a longer period of time. That's how wealth is built. Compound power is the cultivation of money. There will be no significant progress in tree growth for 1 year, but 10 years are enough to make a huge difference, and 50 years can make an even bigger difference. The secret of Warren Buffett's success lies in not giving in to debt, not panicking, and not selling a single stock during the 14 recessions he experienced. He didn't tie himself to a single strategy, perspective, or direction, nor did he depend on others. He didn't exhaust himself or retire. He survived. Survival gave him longevity. He invested constantly from the age of 10 to the age of 89, and that's where the wonders of compound strength worked its magic. It's the key to his success. We all know that the most important part of any investment strategy is planning, but the most important part of the plan is planning in case the plan does not go well. So if you're planning for the next 20 years, you need to consider the events of the past 2 decades that no one could have predicted, from the dot-com bubble to the 2008 crisis that caused millions of Americans to lose their jobs and homes, and the record highs in the stock market, and the ongoing impact of the COVID-19 virus on the economy. Because many bets fail not because they are wrong bets, but because they assume an ideal scenario perpetually. This is where the importance of allowing room for error, also known as a safety margin, and it is one of the important financial forces.